Okay, so PBX today. Now, the thing about the PBX is that it looks scary. You can see it looks like, here's a PBX. There's the punch down block and the foam stuff. It looks pretty scary, but it's really actually really easy. Now, the first thing you want to do before you activate the modem, activate the EMTA, is you want to figure out what numbers you're working with. So you check TechNet, find the numbers you're working with, whatever, and make sure that you see them here. So you do is you take your butt set, and I already did this because I was on the phone with dispatch because they royally effed up this order because that's what customer service likes to do. And I tested the lines coming in here, and I found out which ones are coming in, you know, and for feeding these lines, because these are the lines you want to use to feed the PBX. And when you look at the PBX, it looks really intimidating. There's actually two of them here. It's a stack system. And they have, you like, look at this, like, oh, and every PBX looks a little different. So yours might not look like this. It might look a little different. But the main thing you got to remember is you want to, there's always a side where the phones get plugged into, and there's a side where the dial tone gets plugged into. Whether it's, and then there's like the ad train internet PBXs, but this is a traditional POTS line PBX. This customer is using a straight POTS line into this PBX. He's not using it off of a modem or anything, or VOIP through AT&T. He's coming straight POTS line from AT&T into the PBX. Now, if you look at it, it says extensions and lines. They're not always going to be this nice and labeled. Now, the smart thing to do, whoever installed this, was to put the phone numbers on them. But they weren't very smart, like most of them aren't. And so we found out that right here, I'm looking lines. Okay, so I'm following the black ones, and basically found the black ones here to this punch down. Now this punch down is put in really poorly. Like they got some double punches here, it's kind of disorganized. I basically cut, where did I cut it from? I cut something here. I don't know where it is, but I cut like a white cord. Yeah, this right here. And this thing just kind of fell open. So it's really disorganized. This is old, I don't even know what that is. Point is, we're not touching any of this. Normally what I'd like to do is I'd like to put up a new, either punch directly into the punch down, or we'd also like to put up a new punch down block to cut in the lines from the EMTA, because I'm going to put the EMTA like right here. From the EMTA over to the lines right here, but it's not going to be possible. It's just not. I mean, this thing's a mess. So we're going to leave this alone, and look at it, it's like glass mirrors here, so I don't really have a lot of choices. So I'm going to put the EMTA here, and we're going to directly connect the PBX lines into the EMTA. I'm going to not even use a punch down block, because I don't want to make a bigger mess here. I don't want to use this punch down block. I could, but I'm not gonna. I mean, I might, but you could if you want to, but you don't need to. You can actually just, I put the RJ11, RJ45, whatever connectors on these things, or put them into, you could also run it, you're actually supposed to run it into a biscuit, or a punch down, actually a biscuit to a punch down block, and then so on and so forth, but you don't really need to do that. And actually, it's getting more interesting, because I need to go into the ceiling up here to run a cable into here for the EMTA. And this is not the traditional, it's great, you know, I can push it. I can basically find the lines that feed this to plug in here. Oh, so never, ever, ever put an EMTA in the account and activate it before you find your lines. I labeled them. Organize, organize, organize. I confirmed them on the account. This is the ones that are going on. I'm going to directly port these directly into the EMTA, and we're going to be good to go. All right. Cool. Let's go see what's going on. I'm going to go scope out. We're going to go scope out the, got my tools right here. I'm going to write down our numbers on that thing for them. I'm going to go scope out the situation here. Pretty snazzy. Having fun at Comcast. Hopefully there's no rats. Nobody likes rats. It's a meat slicer. Step on the meat slicer. Four liner. here, we got all three numbers ported over. One of them was different than what was on there. But what I do is I take the tape, write down the four, if it's the same prefix, I don't put that on there. But the suffix of the number, the 2488, 3980, 3887, 1, 2, 3, all connected nice and neatly, tagged right here too. This isn't necessarily the neatest. I'd like to write on the cable, but I can't. I don't really have any ID tags. I mean, I could go get some, but this is easy. It's fine. No one's really going to touch this anyways. So what we basically did is we took it from the punch down, coming in off AT&T, took these directly. These black lines right here, coming right into the line of the PBX. So we took those, I put some little RJ11 connectors on there, connected them, we're done, boom, boom, it's working.